And there we go, chat. Welcome. Surprise, 2 nights in a row. Yeah, I know. I really suck for you guys to try to catch on here with my work schedule currently, but hopefully before too long that's going to change. So I figured I'd do some more gameplay tonight, show a little bit of more of what we're doing here on Purgatory and what's going to be coming when it opens up for you guys. So here we go. And look, it's back to just you, me, and anybody that happens to be watching my stream. Oh, and see, I do have somebody watching in chat. Oh, I got 2 people. Captain Starhawk's there too. So for those that always wanted to play, you know, a mastermind that has all the pets. Granted, on this one, I just have the tier 1s. But the best part is the fact that the buffs, as you can see, train beasts and upgrade equipment are what I have. It buffs them all. So you only need to choose one of the lower tier and one of the upper tier, so it buffs all the pets at the same time. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, well, I've got wolves and I've got this upgrade and now I have, you know, ninjas, but I can't upgrade them because I don't have enough powers and it's just not feasible. And ooh, look. Oh, yeah, he doesn't like low-level people, so yeah. So, yes, I have, that's one that I was hoping to be able to show. I do have Atlas Park taking part in the Halloween event with the banners as well as Iakai and Zombie Invasion, so yeah. No place is safe. You know, you can talk and, like, make this easier for me. Oh, and it's always fun to see a whole army of people running over there to shoot things. I don't think I have any attacks on this person because, yeah, you just don't need them. So it can be fun because you can in fact take every single mastermind pet and, you know, skimp on everything else and still be able to buff them all and just have an army of critters. And yes, you can do the same with controllers and with dominators as well. You're able to take all of the pets and have a mobile death squad, basically. So let's see, what else? Show off some of the new Dominator sets. Because, you know, still really proud of the fact Illusion Doms build domination, damn it. And then, of course, we got to talk about the happy little stalkers that are going to be coming out. Come on, talk your setup there. Yes. Trying to kind of let people know that, you know, here's your opportunity to shine, I guess would be the best way to put it. Come, join us. Yeah. Right. So I've got an illusion dom here. Let's see if we can find any. Oh, there we go. And as you can see, they are building domination. Because contrary to what some people say, the fact that the hold and the confuse are so fast-paced, you build domination pretty freaking quickly just by using your correct powers. And we have domination. So it actually builds, in my opinion, fairly quickly. It's definitely a boss builder, I guess would be the best way to put it. It's there for, once you've got domination going, it just racks it up and takes shit down. It's fun. Yeah, and I'm not using anything other than just the illusion powers to take this stuff out that I'm streaming. It's literally just those, basically literally spectral wounds, blind, and deceive. I didn't even touch the dark powers that I've got. So all in all, they're pretty freaking effective.
So your pets up build domination as well?
No, the pets don't build domination as well. Can I make them build domination? Yes. But if you see those first 3 powers that you have with illusion, they're so fast that you're building domination just off those 2 powers really quickly. And for those that are worried, you know, the confused might knock down their XP type gain, that's not something that you really got to go worry about, because if you're applying the hold as well, you're locking them down. They might be confused, but they're not doing anything.
If memory serves me, you do any bit of damage you left. As much as 1 damage, 1 bit of damage, you still get 75% of the XP.
Ah, crap, they got me stunned.
Saying they kind of made it so that because you caused the enemy's death, you know, inadvertently because of confused, as long as you did at least 1 HP damage, you know, it's 75% of the XP. The enemy's target damage.
Okay.
Because that was like an issue for them. Decided to get XP from the monster. Oh, you gotta do a little bit of damage. You use them in real damage.
Right. Okay.
That was like issue. That way that was issue before.
And as you can see, I've already popped domination again. Absolutely. Yeah, it's only really a squishy dom when I'm running around and, you know, trying to take on an entire banner event by myself, and I'm not really set up for anything. It's more for real quick gameplay to show this off. So, but it builds it pretty quickly, and it's pretty effective. So I don't know what to say, Homecoming forums. Oh, look, I'm getting people. No, I've also got 0 in here. Hello.
Hello.
So as you can see, we're having fun.
Illusion Dominator looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Because you get Phantom Army, so that means you're able to kind of sub-tank your way out of anything.
Pretty much, and the like I said, the first 3 powers that you get with illusion, they just build so quickly that it's not that hard to permadom with it either. I mean, I just played around with it, and most of these ones that I'm over here showing off and testing, they're all 6-slotted with just, you know, like they were doing over on the other server, auto sets just to play around and get out there and show them off, but they all work.
Are you even running haste?
No.
Well, if you get haste, and
I'm not even touching the pool powers that I've got.
I know I had a illusion controller. I was able to hit Phantom Army almost perm, like a few seconds downtime. So it's pretty damn good. You pretty much have like your own tanks with you all the time.
Yeah, there's 2 power sets at least. Perma Phantom Army out. So time is definitely one of the subsets for it.
So somebody over in my Twitch chat, awesome use of it since everything else is perfumed here. They were like, but it can't per madame. I do not feel bad. I love puns. You got to remember, I love puns. And Deadpool, anything Deadpool. God, I love Deadpool. No, I loved Deadpool prior to that. I actually have a Lady Death cosplay. I'm just waiting to find Deadpool.
I'm your.
So yeah, prior to the movies. He did. I will definitely agree he did. And I love his take on Deadpool. So no, some of those actors, they were way too effective in casting them. You will Storm, you will never find another person to play Storm as well. I agree. Well, that's one of the things that Abiko and I had started bouncing around, was trying to do a teleport type AT where a lot of the attacks are like that. It doesn't matter if it's already there at the end of the animation. I can make it do that. Because I can always add the animation in to another animation.
Wasn't John? Didn't John have an animation that ended like when he popped out of it?
I don't know.
John, in the experimental pool of Homecoming.
Hold on.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Do that. Do that. Hope I get away with it. Oh, do that.
Yeah, I thought there was that and John for the other one. Oh yes, but John is part of the
Just a normal teleport. But I can recolor it and things like that, so.
That looks totally different on Homecoming.
Now, are you talking this one, or are you talking... Nope. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I gotta find out what's going on with that. Mm-hmm. This? Superior invisibility.
Oh, get out of protocol.
Hold on.
Something.
Nobody did anything.
No, I'm talking about that. I thought you wanted me to do commentary. I think there was a thing with teleporting like monsters here or whatever, things like that. Maybe you can't teleport around and
Or the or through the master menu here, it doesn't grant the secondary. I didn't grant myself translocation. I granted myself jaunt when I did speed of sound. Now see, translocation works.
Okay.
Well, that can be speeded up as well through everything can be changed. The animations, you change the animation itself on how fast it goes, and then you just take the corresponding power and definitions for it and change it to whatever it was. So if you reduce your activation time on an animation, then you have to reduce it also on the actual defining portion of the power. We were just pretty basically I'm streaming. This was an illusion dom to show off the fact it does in fact build domination. Pretty much a recap of last night, but earlier, so we can catch some extra people and stuff like that. More people awake than there was at 10 o'clock last night. I showed off the alternate choice masterminds and how you can have all of the pets, and the buffs work to buff all of the pets at once. I got a little notebook sitting here next to me that actually is stuff I've said that I wanted to go over, like the Titan weapons momentum. I still need to show that off because that was pretty cool.
What about the Titan weapon stalker?
I haven't put the Titan weapons stalker in. That's actually open on my notepad right now. Where are we? There we are. I have to find which purr actually has stuff. Hey, doll! I see you there. And let me just... And for those that hadn't seen, yes, instant heal is a motherfucking toggle again.
Yay. Oh god. Thank her.
And momentum has been removed, so when you play Titan weapons, you are kind of always in perma-fast mode.
I love Titan weapons. Just they nerfed the crap out of it in Homecoming.
Why nerf it? Why nerf things? Boost things if things become unbalanced for one power set. Instead of nerfing it down, boost it up. We're superheroes. We're not, League of Almost Extraordinary Gentlemen. Exactly. We're superheroes. So to me, it seems more thematic, dev-wise, to boost those that are underperforming rather than those that, nerf those that are overperforming.
What up?
Hey, Spooks. Yes, actually, all of those. I don't know, does Homecoming have wind control as well? I know they don't have water control or psionic control. But yes, I have all the pool powers, all the extra pool powers. I've actually had those since before Homecoming had them available. Mm-hmm. Fuck that. If they can't figure out how to make it work from 24 code to 26 code, that's on them. They want to say it can't be done. I'm here to show them that it can be done. They just either don't know how or don't want to. I would agree.
Or it's too powerful. You can't have that on Earth.
To hell with that. No, I'm not going to nerf things just because they're overperforming. I'm going to look at increasing the other things so that they all perform equally. Well, maybe not millions, but it's gonna. We can definitely look at it.
No. No, that way they barely get hit by it. It's rare. Like, that's just fine.
We're not homecoming. We're not doing that.
No. That'll work.
Oh,
Bastards.
and we have done away with all the tier 9 crashes for melee powers. So unstoppable or unyielding, whatever it is, it's no longer going to crash you at the end. You won't have toggle drop. You won't be able to not recover endurance. Basically, the global crash is gone because, to me, that and rage, because thank you, Sinjin, by the way, for pointing that out yesterday that I'd forgotten that. To me, that's kind of like saying with Super Strength's Rage that, all right, Super In is out there, he's doing his shit, and now somebody just ran along and idly stabs him with some fucking kryptonite as he's running by, and Superman is now dead on the ground. That's not what Rage should be. Oh, absolutely.
A better analogy would be like Hulk smash, Hulk mad, Hulk tired.
Right.
Hulk sleepy.
Yes. And that's really not what we're kind of looking for. So, you know what? Let's change it. Let's make it better. Let's make us super.
That's why I was saying earlier, the perception tertiary rule is such trash. We should make it great again.
I am open to all suggestions from people. Send me information on what you think it should be, you know, anything like that. I think I mentioned in chat, I keep a 5-subject notebook sitting next to me. And it's done in different sections. The first section is things that I want to implement. The second section is animations and costume parts that people want. So I literally go through and I've got list upon list of things. So I think that kind of gets the point across of Titan weapons can actually be fun and something to play. Take away the momentum and it becomes a viable set. And take away the momentum, and it makes Titan weapons for stalkers become possible, as well as a Biko set, which is called Fantasy Weapon, where it's a combination of Titan weapons with some of the staff moves that give it a more, I guess the best way to put it would be like an anime theme, and it's absolutely gorgeous what he's done with that.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Rainbow!
Hello, Rainbow.
Oh, and Micro's here too. Look at us all. Woohoo!
Yes, I came here like 9 hours ago. I'm a ninja.
Uh-huh. I don't know if he went AFK or not.
Now we're going to have doctors with light weapons.
Yes.
Dr. Titan.
Why not?
Oh, now there'll be a lot more.
Yes. Oh God, yeah. There's the power sets, not just the Titan weapons. There's the fantasy weapon bear that Abiko designed. Then we have 9 different masterminds that are in progress. I know you're not part of my Discord, even though the link is there for you to be able to grab. But yeah, I'd kind of put that into my thing earlier. Let's take a look as I go back to it. all the 11 that I'm doing. I have a summoner AT in the works. We have 2 more control sets, radiation and shadow control. There is a tank set that was donated by another friend of mine called Living Armor. My original coding for what I'm calling Fell Knight, which is basically it's kind of my homage to Death Knights and Demon Hunters in World of Warcraft. We've got a steampunk power pool that's going to be coming about, as well as an epic, possible epic pool for that. Masterminds are getting some desperately needed loving and power sets with Spooks. What is it? There's about 9 of them that we're working on or have been bandying about and tossing about.
Yes, that is another good idea. Using mastermind.
Yeah, we have a power set that's being proliferated over to blasters that Abiko is working on that is being called it's going to be different forms of alien DNA, where you actually, with your blaster, get some Keldian type powers. So lots of things coming.
Eldritch Blaster.
Yeah, I did.
How difficult is it for you to build one of these new sets out?
Well, it depends. If, like with Ultimate Choice, I can usually build. Yesterday, I got up, I finished making sure all of my parser errors were gone, because that's one of the first things I do when I'm doing a bin run and building, is as I'm building the errors, I fix the errors as they come up. I don't do a complete bin run anymore unless I can come out on the other side of that with quote-unquote perfect bins, no errors. Error-free bins. So yesterday I got up, I fixed all my parser errors that were left over from adding scrappers. And at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time, I started work on the Ultimate Choice for Sentinels, as well as removing the end crash from all of the Tier 9 powers from Rage, revamping opportunities so that it gets a much needed buff, and that's another thing that I should probably pop on and show again. So there were a lot of quality control, making sure that Concentrated Strike from Kinetic actually does a crit, because, okay, so it's got a better, and it's got a lot of damage. If it crits, it's going to really hurt. You're a fucking superhero. I can't stress this enough. Yes, you're a fucking superhero.
That's it. Bring back the super.
Exactly.
Hey, Pika.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we just need to have something like, you know, like Big Hero 6, that big fat thing, as a summon kind of thing. I'm joking.
Oh, so let me see, what else since I've shown off the happy momentum here. Let me grab that Sentinel and show that off.
Ooh, so make Sentinels not complete dog shit?
Oh, Spooks, tell him.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know how Opportunity was absolutely dog shit, did nothing for the Sentinel whatsoever. Opportunity does shit now. That Opportunity Strike offensive strike, you might get a 160 damage bonus on one attack. Okay. Healing for, what was it, 200 they healing for that one?
One of them did like 300. One of them did 300 and something.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna make a difference for sure.
Here we go. Fire regen sentinel. Now, when you, my chat's asking about incarnates of vet levels, XP gain. Explain what you're, a little bit better what you're asking. And here we go. Here's the damage. And with the ultimate choice, it doesn't matter which two tier 1 and tier 2 powers that you take. You can take, you know, snapshot from archery and slug, I think it is, from assault rifle, and they'll both still proc opportunities so that you'll be able to actually build something viable. Oh, yeah, you have the vet levels, and you build the incarnate. Here we go, I'll show. Oh, I'm not, I don't think I'm trained all the way to 50 yet.
Could you just put the opportunity strikes on pretty much every sentinel power?
I could if I wanted to revamp it, yes. But, not sure. I mean, I know that when it goes off, you're getting a really good bonus to just about every power. It's not like on Homecoming where you actually want to use those two primary powers. So Sentinels did get a nice, definite needed buff. Let me run over here and see why it's telling me that I still need to level up. Oh. And as you can see, I've unlocked the ability not just for the villain epic powers, but you can also, just like with the rest of the free choice, you can do that with your pools and epics as well. There's no restriction on what level to be able to take them at, as long as...
If I come back, do I just, sorry for interrupting you.
Mm-hmm.
If I come back, would I be able to have my characters, or would I have to start all over from scratch?
You will have to start all over from scratch because the characters that you played before were not issue 25, and they were not, and I don't have access to the ones from the other server.
Okay. Just wondering. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Happy 50th, happy 50th birthday. Purr is nowhere near, is not 50 yet. Thank you.
No, level 50.
Oh.
Happy 50 per?
Nope.
No, that wasn't an age joke. That was a level joke.
Okay.
Sure it is. How
No, I haven't hit level 50 yet.
I hit level 69.
Nice.
Is there the DM per that moves around in Liberty City still?
No, they got rid of those.
Oh, okay.
They got rid of it so fast that the AV has took its place as typos.
Wow, this didn't level up very well. There we go. So now it'll go and start earning the XP for the incarnates. I wasn't leveled all the way up. I know.
I mean, yeah, literally just said it.
On your, why do you have 4 number 1 taskbars on the bottom?
Because I haven't changed it. Normally when I've got everything open, let's see. I just haven't gone through and changed them.
I just, some people, you just put it on the bottom like that, or put it all the way up the side.
It's so that I have extra slots because I also have macros that drop down, so I need to keep those. Yeah, I made my GM menu actually useful. And there we go. See, you can see the incarnate XP is actually just randomly dropping now that I've trained to 50. And just to show, I'm going to jump over to an Ultimate Choice Sentinel just to show it off. No, I don't have that done yet. I've been working on getting all the power sets in, and I haven't put a new NPC in yet, the new NPCs in yet. Plus, I still need to work on figuring out costumes for one of them. My chat over in Twitch is asking, one of our friends, this is, it's actually one of my exes, and one of our friends was a very avid COH player, and he loved Pocket D as well as he was a really avid role player and had a lot of really great stories. So one of the things I am doing is in Pocket D, I'm going to be replacing one of the lonely guys with an avatar of the actual person, and then his hero main and his villain main are going to be placed, one with Azuria in Atlas Park and one with Ghost Widow in Grenville. Mm-hmm. Because unfortunately he didn't get to see this come back. And yes, as I log in and out, y'all can see the brief splash screen from when I learned how to actually put a new splash screen in. Rather, I've still got to go and create my own. So yeah, it's there, and I really got to get rid of it, but I don't want the basic screens just yet. So hopefully somebody helps me out here, or, you know, I get a chance to sit down with Photoshop and start making something that's more Purgatory-esque. But hopefully we're going to start getting enough people that I can start getting some of the characters that I don't have, basically, for the task force. That's a lot of what's holding it up, is I literally don't have the time to create NPCs for the game. Costumes, power sets, things like that, that are not just going to be stupidly generic. So I'm hoping now that, you know, we're over here and all the creativity, that people start actually, you know, submitting that in these "so you want to be an NPC" channel, so I can get working on that task force as well. So, this is another Sentinel, and just to show, it's basically just to show off that even with the 2 different powers, it does actually build. And you can actually proc the opportunity even on an ultimate choice with all sorts of different powers. You just literally have to remember the mechanics of what you're playing, and there we go. So it does in fact proc. You are able to use it on even the ultimate choice. You just have to remember, like with everything else, you need 9 primaries, 9 secondaries, and anything else is going to be kind of unbalanced. Don't look at, you know, if you're making a mastermind build that has all of the pets on it and everything like that, yeah, it's going to be fun as fuck to go and play solo with, but I can guarantee people are going to get really bored with having that little to do in missions, and that's one of the things I'm hoping to avoid.
You're gonna make it so characters can pass through mastermind pets?
That's something that's in the works. I haven't yet figured out how I'm going to do that without going through and actually adding, you know, a phase shift to all of them, or an invisibility type thing. It's basically, I've got to figure out how to implement it. And I think it's going to be less a power. I think it's going to be less a power and more something that I have to go in and edit in the source at that level. Because the edits with this... A what?
Baymax. You know, Big Hero 6, Baymax, that big, huge, fluffy thing that goes around and be like one of those... It'd be like one of those subs where you could actually like, you know how they get upgraded with their ability kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, have it first as just a big, huge, white punching thing, and then have armor.
Okay, hey, I want to go back to the problem with mastermind pets and blocking doors. I have a nice little workaround if you want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
What if we make speed of sound inherent and have players can choose whether or not to cast on either?
No.
That way they have the translocate. They can actually teleport themselves through the pets if need.
And that doesn't always work, though.
Why not?
Because occasionally you wind up with so many pets that the doorway is so blocked that you cannot literally teleport through them because there's no place to teleport to.
And get your cursor through them.
Correct.
Well, that happened
So,
to us. The other
I was
server.
wondering, is there a way to make the tunnel system better? Or is that just something that we have to basically live with?
Oh, well, the tunnel system, great thing to bring up, because the tunnel system is going to be kind of disappearing at some point in time here shortly. There's going to be, pretty basically, you're not going to be able to start in Pretoria anymore when I get it all set up and fixed. That's going to be the first thing you noticed, is there's not going to be any more going rogue listed on the character creator, basically you're not going to be able to start in Pretoria, because I'm going to revamp Pretoria and it's going to become an endgame zone, someplace higher level, new endgame content. Is the stuff that's already there for lower levels going to stay? Yes, it's just going to be revamped into level 50 content, basically to kind of give people a reason to go to Pretoria. Nobody goes there because, you know, they've already leveled hero, they've already leveled villain, and they don't like being forced to stay there. So we're going to get people out of there, but we're going to bring them back to it by making it endgame content. So people that never started in Pretoria, they're going to be interested in going there because now there's new content for their 50 to play. Great stuff to drop. We've added, oh, here we go. I can show that from here. I've added a new level of rarity to the game. So in addition to, you know, your whites, your yellows, your oranges, your purples, you have this wonderful new level of rarity called perfection.
And what would reside that is so perfect?
Oh, well, that would be a nice little piece of salvage called Gift from Purgatory. And it's actually in the works of being a new type of hero and villain pack. It's going to contain some of the newer items that I'm designing, such as, I know a lot of people, it's a convenience item. When you've got a booster, people want to boost them to +5, and you know it takes forever when you're boosting some of those things to +5 to go 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be special boosters that come out of these the Gift from Purgatory packs, and it's going to be a +5 booster. There's going to be a new item that's called a hammy booster, so that you no longer have to endlessly hammy raid to try to get exactly what you need in trading off. It's basically going to open up more options and less grindiness. More, I want to gear it more towards content and stories and things that people can actually experience, and not just, I'm an AE for the 27th hour this week grinding out to earn money so that I can buy that hammy-o that somebody stuck up there for 400 million. That to me is unreasonable for a game, to expect that level of dedication, or to find somebody to grind that hard or purchase, you know, real cash. That's what. So one of the things we're doing is our supervisor, Ms. Medieval, she has actually been on Homecoming helping us come up with a list so that we can cap the market on Purgatory so that it's reasonable prices. There's going to be so much flooded onto the market that no, it's going to be considered a soft cap. And we're also going to make it a little easier. There is a vendor standing next to Ms. Liberty that is unfinished. When it is finished, it's going to offer all of the enhancements for an influence-based price that's also going to be based on the market cap. That way you'll have a variety of ways. If it's not for sale on the market, you can go to the vendor and purchase it for the same price that you'd be able to purchase it off the market. Salvage, recipes, enhancements.
So you're not just going to have an NPC giving it all away like the others?
No, because if the NPC gives away everything, what do I have to offer players for rewards or prizes for? There's not going to be any boosting. There's not going to be opening up of any incarnates and slotting them all for yourself. However, I have made, and that's something I can show you here, is pretty much everything that drops on you is able to be traded on the auction house and traded between players. Merits, super packs, brainstorm ideas, and enhancement and slaughters, pretty basic mission architect tickets. If it can be earned, it's able to be sold on the market. Including incarnate salvage. No more running an incarnate task force to get to the end of it to not get the piece you needed to be able to craft your to sit there and, you know, break it down to its components, and then, you know, the rate of that's ridiculous to be able to expect people to be able to get to that and actually earn it. So here you go. Here's a way, if you get a piece of incarnate salvage that you don't need and you need something else, they're going to be on here as well. You need an ancient text, they'll be there, they'll be for sale.
Okay, so you're treating this more of an actual, hey, go make a level 1 and go run through the game and get to 50, not just go press a button and hey, congrats, you're 50, now go blow shit up.
Correct. XP rates, I am going to keep it at a regular XP rate. However, there are going to be additional XP options through the P2W event. Increased. That's also the same for salvage. If you look, but yeah, you can hold a ton more recipes, you can hold a ton more salvage, and at some point in time, you're probably going to see additional tabs open up down on your enhancements. See, I get to a point where I'm trying to think of everything that I've added in there to be able to show it off. Throw some questions out there. Tell me what you want to see. Nunchucks? Come on. Let's be realistic, please.
So it sounds like you can take pretty much any existing animation in the game and attach values to it to make it into like a power or something like that. Is that accurate?
Correct. I control everything. I can create the new animation. I can attach the animation to the new power with the new attributes, place it in new power sets, place it under a new AT, you name it.
So that there's a group in Dark Astoria, I think it's the Snake Ladies. One of them shoots like this fucking ion space at you and it just obliterates anyone that's near it. You could make that power. Yeah.
I can show you that right here.
Well, because it already exists as a power.
Exactly. So those are what?
It's been months since I played COH. Just lost interest in family.
Well, that's one of the things I want. I want to bring back. Think of it like the new car smell. There we go.
Yeah, the only thing that was keeping me going was RP, and that it's just full of people that want to be RP and just circle jerks and people knows now this isn't that.
Oh my God, I gotta ask seriously. Is the circle of jerks that used to be over on Virtue back playing there?
There's a lot of Virtue vets there. I don't know who you're specifically referring to.
Well, when I first came to City of Heroes, I obviously I went to Virtue because I was a role player, and the person that was introducing me to the game that's where they were. So, but the first super group that I belonged to was actually a super group called the Circle of Jerks, and they were literally out there to harass everybody. And they were decent people. They hated role players, though. They didn't know my friend and I, or my partner and I at the time, were role players until he had keybound. Here we go. He'd keybound his stealth to some rather naughty little phrases, and in the middle of a super group meeting. accidentally hit the key and put out his battle cry of drops his cape and becomes nude and fully visible in the middle of a supergroup meeting. So needless to say, we didn't belong to that supergroup much longer after that.
No, I didn't like that on there, mainly because they usually get ostracized very quickly.
Yes, but they were pretty. This group was pretty asshole-ish. They used to do really mean things. It's one of those ones of I didn't know the people when I first came in there. It was, they were already part of that super group. So here we go. I hung out with them. Bad choice. Bad choice.
My issue is it's all about the club life on Everlasting now. It's just the same shit every day, every week. The same people doing the same petty bullshit.
That's one of the things I don't like. I want role play stories. I want to, I want to be able to, if I'm role playing, I want to be able to do character development. And if you're only on here looking for cyber sex, don't call it ERP. I mean, come on, you're on here looking to get your jollies off. Do I do ERP? Yes, but I'm also mature enough to know that when you're playing, sometimes that's just part of the story. Your character might go there, but you can always go, fades out, next panel 2 hours later. Nothing wrong with that. If you get a role play partner that has a problem with that, they're there for cyber sex. And that's, really kind of all there is to say about that. ERP's got its own place, but it doesn't need to be, let's go clubbing virtually and have cyber sex instead of going out clubbing and, chancing getting COVID and taking home a stranger. There's really not much difference, folks.
I posted in your Discord about the Circle of Jerks is still around.
Is it really?
They're doing podcasts.
I'm betting they're probably over with 4chan.
No, Apple Podcasts.
That's a good question. I don't remember all of them, but I remember there was one and his name was Swirly. And Paper Bag Man. Those were two people that I remember from when I was there. And like I said, they could be fun people, but they had a tendency to become really asshole-ish really fast, and they hated role players. So let's see.
I was on Virtue, but I don't remember anyone's roles or character names for the most part.
Well, I know what my global name was always. I was always Perfecta. But I'm not Perfecta on Homecoming. I got a lot of harassment when I was on Homecoming once I had gone to the other server.
Why? Who cares? How dare you?
Oh, there was a time there that I couldn't even log on to Homecoming as long as I had my GM tools in. It would recognize it and it would boot me from the server every fucking time. From Homecoming.
So, at one point, there still are server wars between factions. Some people don't like other servers. And again, Homecoming just now, just a couple months ago, started allowing streamers on their servers.
Oh, I streamed from Homecoming, and I streamed from my server. Unfortunately, I'm the only person on my server to be able to stream from it right now. But as soon as as soon as I'm out of the hotel and into an apartment and have access to a router, you can absolutely guarantee this is going to be open and live to everybody. You will know when that manifest link goes up.
Any ETA on that?
Well, I just got settled into my new job. There was a bit of a delay. Sorry, I've been drinking tonight because I'm enjoying my fucking night off. But there was a bit of delay with my job. Apparently, somebody at corporate didn't pull the correct files, aka my Illinois CNA license, to see that they already had done a thorough background check on me, and I came from a state where the requirements for CNA were more stringent than Illinois, which is where I'm currently at. And basically just due to circumstances, I got delayed for 3 weeks on starting. So I just started my job. I'm working 72 hours a week, or this week, 60 hours. To be able to do this so that I can be able to afford an apartment and the internet to be able to make sure everything runs smoothly. I also have in the works talking to the hotel owner to see whether or not, for an additional fee, they'll allow me they'll go in and forward the ports that I need forwarded to the tower. Because literally, the server tower is sitting at my feet right now. It's all hooked up. It's all ready to go. The only problem is the fact I don't have access to a router to forward the ports. Now, one of the things we have discussed doing is Abiko has offered to, he's about 5 hours away from where I am, he has offered to pick up the server tower and take it to his place and host it, because he does have access to the router and everything like that.
How's this internet connection?
Abiko?
It's 200 megs down.
Or gig, okay, gigs, I was gonna say 200 megs is kind of standard. Gigs, on the other hand.
Well, it's advertised 200 gigs. Really, when I've tested, it's like 100, 110. It should still be great.
So yeah, it's a lot of work in progress. That's why I keep telling everybody soon.
Active that hard server up right now. You don't still happen to have the old client file for Cybertron, do you?
Oh God, I'd have to look through my backup drive to see if I still have that. But honestly, I think I may have deleted it, just thinking that we're not working on an issue 24 server. We're going to be working on issue 25, 26. No, yours is not Titan Weapons. Yours is Fantasy. It just hasn't been renamed.
All the twirling of that stuff is Titan.
But you're twirling a title instead of stuff.
Yes,
It looks beautiful.
it does.
So basically, you are a blender.
Yes.
Yes.
Mobile blender.
Sick.
Yes. Yes, that's what Abiko's Fantasy Weapons is it's actually Titan Weapons redone. That was one of the things we were going back and forth on, because we were going to call it Titan Weapons and make it a Titan Weapons Stalker. But in my opinion, it was one of those things that had become its own entity because it had so many changes to the animations and to the names. It was more than Titan Weapons was ever going to be, could ever be. And just to me, I felt it needed to be its own power set to really showcase its uniqueness. So we're going to have a more traditional proliferation of Titan weapons for stalkers, which I'm currently working on. It's actually up on my notepads in the background here, as well as the fantasy weapon that Abiko has we worked on it together, but I give him full credit for 90% of all of the ideas, the names, the animations. That was him. It was just me helping a lot with the coding. Therefore, I'm giving him full credit. It's actually going to be in the description of the power set that it was designed by him, as well as when I host it and post it up in what we've added, it's going to very definitely say this was designed by him. Because that's one thing I want to do here is I want to make sure everybody that contributes something is given credit for the idea that they have. Like with the momentum removed, that was something that Abiko and I had tossed around at one point in time, possibly to be able to fix it to make Titan weapons viable. And that was something that Pookie had asked for specifically, was to just get rid of momentum so Titan weapons could be, you know, fun to play. So it's something that we did and we implemented. Where Abiko and I had tossed it around, I gave credit for that, but the ultimate idea came from Dr. Pookie Snooches for removing momentum from Titan weapons to make it more fun.
Actually, sort of Stalker, like, since we proliferated Titan weapons in Stalker, the only way for us to figure out a hide would be, you know, because the momentum was messing that up. So we just got rid of momentum from that mountain Stalker.
Right.
Simplest solution.
Yes. And that's 100% true. Sometimes that just needs to happen like that.
I would love to see an Eldritch Horror set.
A what?
An Eldritch Horror set.
Explain what you're looking for.
HP Hunt Low. Perhaps the last.
So start talking on what you see as those powers.
There'd be probably a lot of like small percent chances to chance and probably utilize a lot of the darkness animations. You gotta have tentacles and
Shadow control. It hasn't been developed to the point of actually being I can go look at it in the game physical set. It's something that's on my development table, but shadow control is going to be a lot of fears and things like that.
Yeah, but with like Bloodcraft, there's a lot of insanity, potential for insanity, so that's where the confuse can come in. It'd be like powers would have like a 5% chance of fear and or for a few seconds to however long necessary. You could probably go into a lot of the bot animations to utilize his powers.
Yep, that is part of what I'm doing with that. So
Already on top.
yeah, I'm already on top of it. So let's see, what else can we throw in here to show off to people? Go see what we got at character select. Oh, I haven't shown off the ultimate controllers.
Oh, yeah, that was something I mentioned earlier in chat. You have the ability to make it so, say I make a blaster, but I want to use tanker powers as like my secondary.
That is something that actually, as weird as it sounds, that I've already thought about. And one of the things that we're going to be offering when we start running events when the server's live is we're going to be offering the ability to create your ultimate set. You'll create you'll tell me what 9 powers you want for your primary and what 9 powers you want for the secondary. So we'll be able to combine Brute with Blaster or Tanker with Scrapper and things of that nature. And they'll actually be on the AT level. It'll be called kind of like, I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's basically working out how the inherent's going to work from there.
I think
Hey! Hi.
Sorry, I've been a bit sick.
No worries. You don't have COVID again, do you?
Oh, hell no. No, but so, you know how I've been working on my house right now? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Made a cardinal mistake in the vent on my hot water heater.
Ooh.
And I had it down. And I quite literally
Oh. I hope you got that taken care of.
yeah, I got it. I got it fixed enough, but I'm kind of in the middle of a river right now. But apparently you have to look like up at an angle.
Oh, wow. Me either.
They're supposed to have a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's why they sell the 45 and 90-degree angle at the hardware stores.
Whoops, spooks, I forgot that this one has the animation we were looking at to change that turbulent aura for water to. Mm.
I'm gonna catch up. Sorry.
No worries. You gonna be there tonight at 10 o'clock? Yep.
I don't care about you so much. I like pets.
Right. So, yeah, as a psionic, as an ultimate choice controller, you can have all of the pets.
That's fine.
Yeah. It's nice. Okay. Do you guys have the client folder still and set up to be able to log into, what do we call it back then? Was it Cybertron or what do we call it? A Purrgatory?
I think at one time it was a Purrgatory and one time it was Cybertron, so I'm not really sure what the last...
I'm just seeing if they have the client files and be able to try to log into the server and tell me going.
I would say that now. I'm behind, but I'll catch up.
Pretty sure Cookie Smooth Spooks will have access to it. So they might still have the login information on that part.
Are you sharing your screen?
I am sharing my screen and I'm also live streaming on Twitch.
So if I share my screen, I share my screen, would that also live stream on Twitch?
No, it would not. It would only live stream here in Discord. Oh, absolutely. But I am going to basically let chat know, as well as you guys. I'll be right back. I have to run to the little developers room. And I'm back. And yeah, it does happen. Things happen in the world, and you can either give up and just stop trying, or you can pick up the pieces and keep moving forward.
Make yourself say, I can get this stuff. Lotion. Damn. That's lotion.
But this thing on eBay would make a great server for City Zero.
What thing?
This Dell server rack.
You don't want a rack server. I have a rack server as well as the server tower. Go with the tower. The rack server is really awesome. It's really cool, but it's loud as fuck, and you need to have basically a frame to put it into. So while they're great, they work perfectly, they're not as feasible.
Frames are only $40 if you know where to get them.
If you know where to get them.
Yeah, they're it's that Chinese website, I forgot what it was called, a Beta or something, I think it's with an A.
Mm-hmm.
They have all those server racks that you can think of you could want.
I'm gonna try the one.
Okay.
I remember last time I had trouble with my headset. I'm trying to do that. I'm gonna try it. I'll be back, guys.
Okie doke. So now that I've shown off the controllers with all of their, oh, here, y'all need to kill stuff.
Don't have the little dark healer guy.
Which one?
I don't know what it's called, but I don't see it on your list. I think it's out of, it might be Darkness Affinity. Something Servant, I think it is.
Oh, that's a secondary. This one doesn't have dark as a secondary. It has kinetics for the fulcrum shift. Just playing around. Oh, that's funny. I know spooks can't hear me, but the white circle that's around me is actually something that we were contemplating for Water Control's Turbulent Aura. And it still has the knockback attached to it, the animation that we're using. You're working fine. I can hear you. Clockwork Masterminds are actually in the works, Micro. They're one of the, as Speakers and I were saying, 9 that we're working on for primaries. We also have, let me go back to that, a Richty Mastermind, where instead of like a gang war, we're going to use the actual comms officer portal to open up for the, what would normally be the tier 18, what you got at level 18. rather than like a gang war type thing. Still the same theory, but more thematic, I think. We're going to have two different kinds of Carney masterminds, because in good conscience, I couldn't put a Dark Ring Mistress and a Master Illusionist in the same mastermind set. It just couldn't happen.
So what's going to separate them besides just that one mob?
Correct. There's also going to be more Psi and Illusion type powers for the mastermind that has the Master Illusionist, and more dark control, more darkness powers for the Dark Ring Mistress. We've got an Arachnos mastermind in the works, a Devouring Earth, the Clockwork. We're going to have actual ghosts. And Banished Pantheon. So there's a few that are in the works. As well as a new defensive buffs, debuff set based off the Devouring Earth emanators. So, let's see, what else can we throw out here and show off?
That's good. How's that working, guys? It's working.
Yep. I suppose I could show off the same, I mean, obviously if you can have all the pets for controller control, they're also all there for dominator control too, so. Praetorian Clockwork I haven't set up yet to set up as a power set itself. We're going more for the traditional Clockwork for kind of the steampunk feel for masterminds.
Do you have any aspirations in completing the Incarnate stuff?
Yes.
Nice.
What the powers are going to be and what it takes to create them. Two completely different things, but am I able to re-unlock them and reintroduce them to the managed screen for Incarnates? Yes.
Good, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't think he can hear us.
They have to change his Discord settings.
I think that's what it is. He may not be able to hear us saying that, though.
No, the power stouches is for not detecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whose idea was that?
Not mine. I had nothing to do with it. I would have liked to have killed it.
I mean, it was probably the most overpowered thing on that server, but it was the most obnoxious too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hopefully, I just sent Abiko a message there. Hopefully he gets that message saying to check his Discord settings for his default microphone there. Looking at my list of things that I put in here. Oh, hand clap for super strength now does damage as well as just stun. It does a melee AoE damage. Takes those sets as well. Oh, who'd we lose? Sinjin, okay. I'm trying to figure out who we lost. Praetorian Clockworks for a mastermind set, huh? Okay. Added to my list. Spooks, you can't hear it. I can hear you now. I could hear you before. Can you hear me? Well, there, see? Was it your mic settings and the default mic?
Yeah, somehow it didn't. And I couldn't find the switch.
Yep.
So the microphone was working on the screen. What the fuck? I'm unmuting Discord since the computer somehow muted it. So I found it. Then it blew my eardrums out when I unmuted it. So it was all volume was all high.
So yeah, Praetorian Clockworks are now added to the list. So many.
Can I stream on my end and show you my screen?
You're absolutely able to. It'll just pop up an additional screen and people can take a look at it.
Just wanted to show off Titan Weapon Stalker.
Fantasy weapon.
Fantasy and like name changing. Let's see, how do I that's been a while. How do I change like video?
You're going to go down and do screen. Video is going to stream you personally.
Sure. And I just say Discord, right? Lobby. Or no, I will not. I choose where I'm at. Okay. Got it. And go live.
Yep.
Let me know if you guys are able to see.
I'm seeing your screen now. Sorry, my internet got.
Right? You guys able to see on my City Girl screen?
Yes.
Yes. Right, what is it? This is going to be called, wait, you see that version? This is going to start being called Fantasy Weapons System. And this is like the 9 voices. We changed the names. You'll see. It's something to actually just see now. This is the world's first AoE placate.
Oh, and speaking of, you're going to need to tell me what color you want the icons for that fantasy weapon.
Make it purple. No, make it lilac. Hot.
Seriously, you want hot pink? So we're going Barbie girl and not Katy Perry, huh?
Barbie girl. I think lavender. Like a lavender purple. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Do that. You guys can see everything I'm doing here?
Yep. Now, so everybody's aware what he's working on is an issue 24 server, so it's more like what Thunder Spy, Rebirth, Cake Evolution, Sanctuary, those were issue 24. So there aren't the veteran levels per se, those are the time earned, and you have to actually go in and click all of the I've earned it, just like back on live.
I wanted to change her costume. How do I undo from it? I guess that's it. It's been a while. Tell me how do I change her? So I don't want her all black.
You have to unlink the colors.
How do I?
Just click on the black up at the top.
Oh, they are thinking now. But actually,
There you go. And then,
change, unlink it down, and then change it up.
Well, the weapon, whatever colors you choose, it's going to default to where where it was linked. You'll have to actually change them. There you go.
You guys ready?
We were ready. You still got to put a name in.
Anyone? Any core ready?
No, come on.
Four more. I like four more. There we go.
God.
Ooh, I like that better. Four back. I like the space license.
You wanted to do RP with these people? That space is
I don't do RP with these people. This is my design team. That's completely different.
Yeah. Unless the word more is cut down, but if you make it one word, it should be.
It's like four goes up. Yep. They don't like the word board. That was it. You guys are about to see an eco burst special.
You say we placate. What excites me?
So I just switched for, hopefully, I've got a little window up here that my chat can actually see with Discord in it now over my City of Heroes. So my Twitch chat is actually able to see what you're doing as well. They're watching your loading screen right now.
Okay, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No, I can't.
Yeah. I just wanted my chat to be able to see it too, since we're, sitting here chattering about it and I'm just standing still and not doing anything. Let them see some of the other options that are out there and coming to be.
Oh, should we also tease the alien DNA?
No, because it's not complete enough for it to be a teaser yet.
But I got it working.
You've got it working, and that's enough of a teaser, but the powers need to be cut down and it needs to be cleaned up before it can be previewed.
Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you got all the pets to go at you.
Anyway, what do you call it? What's the command for level 50 again?
You have to go out and make yourself a GM, so you need to quit to the login screen.
No, I picked up if it's already automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. So I think we're all right. So go.
Okay. It is /, and you want to just go straight to 50 and pull you're just wanting to pull the powers and it'll automatically level you up to 50, or do you want to do the training?
No training. Well, actually, maybe training like goes actually can see each power as it goes in. Let's just give them all the powers.
So it's / level up space 5050.
Space, no underscore.
No underscore. Did it make you level 50?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Something's happening. No. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, is there a way to get these windows? I don't care about your contacts.
So you don't need to do that now. You're going to want to do max slots, so / max slots to get the rest of your stuff if you want it. Otherwise, it just defaults to, as you saw, putting the slots where it needs to go.
All the slots.
Yep. And forward. I don't know whether or not you have the sets or enhancements added to all of that.
Some of them. It's like I said, work in progress. I just want to show them the animations.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Okay, so let's see.
If you want sets, it's / auto enhance set.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Is it a space or just straight?
Just all one word.
Populate. Oh, look at that. Right, guys, you guys. now I got to do the hard part. Set up my. I wish there was a way to get around that.
You want powers to be able to drop them out to your bars.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Of course, you gotta have ninja run, right?
Well, that's actually going to be a little different. On Purgatory, it's not going to be an inherent power. It's actually going to be a purchasable, slottable power from the P2W vendor. That way, it's not given to everybody. It doesn't clutter up people's managed screens if they don't want it there. And if they do want it there, it's there. It's another option.
Are you going to get any defense bonus?
Yes, it is going to accept sets. Beast Run will accept damage resist sets, and Ninja Run will accept defense sets.
Hey guys, you ready? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take off the character better guys.
Well, you're not going to be able to see the
The clip.
yeah, and you're level 50 against level 1s.
How do I get to the zone quickly?
Well, you don't have a hold on.
What's the quickest zone that you hit?
Hit the train and hit whatever is highest on the list. Well, no, because that would be Callisti.
No, if he goes to the gate, he'll be able to go to PI. With Dark Historian.
There you go.
What are you talking about? The little Schmidt head here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so which one? Right, but
DA is 50.
I don't want to go there. That's scary.
Yeah, I was just going to say Dark Astoria is not the choice that you should be going. That's why I suggested Peregrine Island. Because Dark Astoria, you're going to want your incarnates, and you have to go open those or grant them to yourself and then go pick them. Whereas, just with...
Just turn around and do the gate again. Come out. Random.
And see, this long loading screen is why, you know, the server tower with its 128 gigs of RAM. You don't have to worry about the maps loading. Right.
He's so old, he's on a 26, that's why he's so low.
Oh, I have a 12 gig, 12 meg, 12 meg RAM. My laptop is.
You should have 12 gig, because I was going to say I have 16 gigs. Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I have 12 gigs.
Unless we're back in the early 90s.
Hey, from laptop, 12 gigs is very decent.
Yep, both of my laptops have 16, and the tower has 128. And you know, as I put the specs in there, that tower has the equivalent of 32 cores for processing.
I got 128 gigs on my gaming page.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Now I'm just waiting for the video card to drop in price so I can get rid of my 1050.
Yeah, aren't we all?
400 series are going to be out soon. For the prices of those. Hey, anyone see what the wattage was of those new NVIDIA 4000 cards are going to be?
I don't even want to think about it.
850 watts for the top of the line ones.
So it can heat your house.
Oh, that's not just somebody else's screen. That's one of our supervisors, one of our staff members, with some of the stuff that they've been working on with me for content. And I think I missed your suggestion for the splash screen.
My suggestion?
Nope. Remember, my Twitch stream is up over... I actually have currently right here, I operate with 6 screens in front of me, so y'all may not see what I'm seeing or hear what I'm hearing, because I've just got that much going on.
You have all that set up in Stepping State Hotel room.
Yes. I have the server tower set up. The tower is actually under the desk at my feet. Next to me, I have a small side table with a riser with a monitor on it. It also has a keyboard and a mouse, which all go to the server tower. In front of me is my laptop screen. I have my laptop over to the left, and on a riser, I have a second laptop open up, and that actually has my Twitch stream up on it so I can read the chat that's there. I have a tablet that has a connected keyboard, which is also here on the desk, as well as my phone, which is an alternate screen for a few other things. So literally...
Paranoid, leaving all that stuff next to the State Hotel.
Well,
You guys ready?
it's either that or keep it in my van.
You guys ready to see something cool?
Do it.
By this fairy devastation. Look, it's a placate. Where are you going?
Oh, that actually works really well.
Yeah.
That actually works way better than I thought it was going to.
So you need something. Planetary devastation. Here you go. Guys, it's a placate. The only one got placated. Or 2. All 3. Yep, they all placated. Now I can just do my assassin strike, go back into hide.
Oh, I like that thought. My chat on Twitch was just suggesting that for a splash screen, we get screenshots from Kappa Diablo, and Circle of Thorns. Just because of the name of Purgatory.
About that, what the hell they're called, zone.
Oh, the Shadow Shard?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I hate traveling it. I was going to say I hate traveling in it, but oh, I love it.
What about the destroyed Ouroboros? Remember when you're getting the level 50 Carnage trial?
Mm-hmm.
How about that as a splash screen?
Assassin strike. With the Titan weapon, guys.
You did a really good job with all of that.
Yeah, did you guys just see death from above? I'll do it again. Death from above. Whoop, that's not it. No, that's it. That's it. Death from above. I'm down hard with the sword.
Of course, where I'm sharing my screen here for Discord, I'm realizing everybody can see all the different channels that I belong to.
You know how many people with this new power set are make Thundercats?
Hey. It really does. The staff animations with Titan weapons just looks really cool.
Lines up perfectly.
Does it work well with all the other weapons?
Yes.
Now. But it should work just fine. I just think sword just gives it a special, panache.
Titan Weapon Mastermind, the last one in Game 4. Get all those Thundercats to show up.
I can actually do that, you know. Here comes a Thundercat mastermind. Why? Because I can recreate the costumes and assign it to a villain death file. And then just assign those villain deaths to a mastermind. Easy, easy.
Stay puft Marshmallow Man.
So yeah, when I do the Ultimate Choice Stalkers, when I put that up, this Fantasy Weapon Stalker is going to be there, as well as a more classic look for Titan weapons. It's going to have the single placate versus the AoE, and it's going to have the traditional Titan weapons moves not combined with the staff. So it's going to look more like Titan weapons for scrappers and brutes and tanks, oh my. And see, my poor chat is forced to not just watch what I feel like showing them on my stream, but they're forced to listen to all of my, you know, Taylor Swift and Katy Perry music.
You guys think about like dancing?
It's cool as fuck. It really is. Okay, but I'm gonna close out the your portion of the stream on mine, so that way my chat can go back to seeing what.
Should I take down my stream or leave it up so that guys can get
Oh, it's not gonna make any difference in my stream. Basically, I put up a window in my stream that was just for Discord. So all I have to do is just close out that window in my stream, and it's gone.
because we're
Oh,
working on it.
wow. I just got rated. Hello, everybody, with a big party of 14. So welcome. Hey, Vivid.
Well, concept we're working on is called Alien DNA, which you see all the names I got. Bob was M5 Alien, technical names.
Not too bad, Vivid. We're actually dual streaming one of my staff members over here on my Discord for my server. As you can see, I've got up kind of like my server going here and previewing. We're waiting to be able to open it up fully to everybody for people to come and play. And we're just kind of showcasing the stream to be able to show off what we've gotten done. What you're seeing right here is what we're calling ultimate control. Basically, you have all the powers. Hey, Di! Everybody's here. Yay! Hi! So it's to be able to showcase off controllers. This is our ultimate choice. It's kind of like freeform, where you can choose any of the primaries, and as you can see, you can literally have all of the controller pets and run around with them. We've added a couple of new controllers. We have water control on a homecoming type server, as well as psionic control. Those are both up and working. As you can see from our little water golem here, it's kind of like a icy, frosty looking Coralax that looks kind of like something out of the depths of the ocean. At least it does to me. And then we have our psionic nexus back there. But we've been showing off a lot of stuff. I also have dominators I have most of the ultimate choices done. The only thing I'm finishing up is scrappers and tanks, and then I'm going to add a few more things in, but got a lot of quality of life changes. Taking suggestions from people and kind of implementing them, making it more inclusive feeling. And if anybody wants to be able to check out everything that's going on, just go ahead and type in the stream !Discord. It'll bring up a link to my personal Discord called Purrgatory, which is where we're kind of hiding everything there. So yes, I have a whole bunch of people watching now, so, well, let's go back to showing off some of this stuff. These are the controllers, as I said, because honestly, there's just kind of something fun about running around and going, hey, watch 1,000,001 pets just devastate everything that's behind you. And here, let's go ahead and bring up some of the stuff here on Character Select and show it off, because, wow, bunch of people, awesome. Well, I've got the, I suppose I can show off the Ethereal Scout, which is a new AT called Nephilim, which are here only on Purrgatory. It's kind of like my head tilt towards my love of Diablo. And it's a little bit, it's kind of a debuff and team playing, I guess would be the best way to put it. It's got a cross for its weapons between dual blades and claws. So a lot of the attacks are actually a cross between them because they just interact. But one hand actually has a dual blade and one hand actually has a claw weapon, so you get a pretty unique look, especially when you go with the Vanguard blades, because those just look the coolest, and I may actually set that as the default for the AT once it's completely finished. It's obviously not completely finished. It needs its icons and things like that added in, and the ATOs that are going to be there for the actual AT. But as you can see, it's got quite a bit of stuff, and it is fun to play. And let's take a look. I'll just take that out to Peregrine Island. And hopefully this is one of the ones that actually, I think I have it on the different one, because I got a couple of different ones for testing purposes. Which one's this? Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. Yes, in addition to inherent fitness, you can also take the old fitness pool as well. They are not mutually exclusive. As you can see, I've got inherent fitness that was granted automatically, and then as a pool power, able to take fitness. There is also a new epic power called Nephilim Mastery. Proof of Divinity is actually an AoE, an auto AoE, and it provides regen and recovery to the team, not just to yourself. So it's definitely a team playing character. That epic is only available for the Nephilim, however, it's not proliferated to other sets. Trying to keep something a little unique for each one of them. As you can see, it's kind of a cross. It's got some fire, it's got some dark, it's got some ice, it has some dark. It's fun. So let me get this all set up, because this one is not set up to play. And as you can see, I don't have the sets put onto the primary yet or the secondary, so it's just standard IOs, other than over on the pool powers. It's in the works. As I try to figure out what's here and what isn't. Oh, why did it take that? That's a pool power that it didn't need to grab. And I know this is probably like the least amusing thing to sit here and watch is, you know, somebody setting it up. Oh, that's already out there. That's already out there. Yes, it's overpowered as all hell right now because I've got to tone it down some and still do some of the tweaks, but it gives you an indication of what it plays like. So that's one thing that we've added, pretty basically. It's a little bit of everything. It debuffs, it buffs, it has a lot of crit, it's just kind of fun to play. And yes, I've got to tone it down, and it looks extremely overpowered with 6 slots in it, because it really is with all of the slots in it. I'm going to be toning down the damage a little bit because it's too overpowered. As much as I love big overpowered, you know, explosions, it's overpowered even to me. And you actually just missed recently, Abiko was showing off his fantasy weapon stalker, which brings a whole new take on it. It combines Titan weapons with staff animations, giving it more kind of an anime feel almost, with an AoE placate rather than just a single target placate. So it's got a lot of interesting things going on with it. And that's actually going to be coming out when I next run a setup. And hopefully before too long, this is all going to be open up to people coming in and playing and getting to actually physically check it out and not just go, ooh, shiny.
I can actually go back and show them the weapon stuff or fantasy weapon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Log back in.
Well, no, we'll save it. That way we've got something bigger and more showy the next time I'm off and am able to actually do a long-term stream like this. And
It's up and going. I could just
okay,
put that card back on.
well, here we go. Let me go ahead.
Talked about it.
Let me go ahead and bring that back up then.
Okay, actually, what's on the screen now is the alien name, which is still in the works. See, it's a fire blaster, but it has the defensive powers of a Chaldean. So basically, you can mix a blast, like a fire blast with a Chaldean, just to a little bit more character interaction.
Right, but that's not what we were just talking about showcasing. So swap.
I don't know, just on the screen, just another teaser to the teaser.
Yep. Well, that one's even less complete. That's why I said I didn't want to showcase that or show it off, because of the fact it's not complete enough. It needs to be weeded out before it can be showcased.
Yes, but it's such a great teaser. Just
Hearing about it is a great teaser. And there we go. And there we go. That little window stream that's up over mine here in Twitch, that's actually a Biko's server where he's working on his designs. And what he's going to showcase is it's going to be known as Fantasy Weapon, because it's gone beyond what Titan Weapons was. So we were going to call it Titan Weapons, but where it's developed its own personality, it really needs to go towards its own set. So it's going to be called Fantasy Weapon, and it's going to be offered probably within the next week. You'll be able to see it previewed and played. And I'm telling you, you got to close some of those map servers, because it's just pulling too many resources. With 12 gigs of RAM, you don't have enough to be able to.
so I gotta figure out which one I'm using right now.
Well, you're using Atlas Park, so if you open up your server manager, you should be able to see which map servers are open. And then what you do is you close those ones that you're not using. So find the one that doesn't say map 0101, I believe it is, for Atlas Park.
Yeah, it's really fast enough. There we go. That's
Yep.
smart.
You're welcome. Oh, no worries, Frith. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of people joining us here. One of our fellow COH streamers decided to raid with a bunch of people that I know and friends, so we're all saying hello. What are you doing?
I loaded the wrong one. I didn't do the one I would just in case.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I wonder if my game's frozen. Look, there we go. Too slow. Just 12 gigs. I'm not the 128 yet to work.
Well, that's only on the server tower. My laptop only has 16, but I always have a tendency to shut down all the extra map servers that I don't need. Oh, hey! Look, I have people in my chat room tonight. Well, currently I've got 18 people that are viewing, so Yay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, I got rated. There was only like 4 people watching before I got rated.
You guys able to see the top weapon with all the little graphics around it?
Yep, it's up on my stream, so they're able to see it. My chat's able to see it.
Who's your Let's Play guest? Ready?
Safety dance. Safety dance. None of the safety dance, I think.
It does. I definitely agree. The staff animations with the Titan weapons, it's just really cool.
And everyone likes the dust.
Now, will that react to other held weapons?
Bullets!
You know what? Maybe I should go change to custom icon and change the weapon.
It's real assault rifle in there. They don't look that bad.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I mean, how would I put an assault rifle into the hands of a tank weapon?
I would have you would have to add the key to the power set.
Can't you go into the game and swap the hex value?
No, you actually have to go in, and there's a spot on the power set file that you actually add the costume key to be able to know. So basically the game knows that this power set, when you go into the costume creator, needs to have access to these weapons. I'm the magician telling all the secrets.
Everyone likes the dust.
But yes, this is what you're seeing on that pop-up screen over my stream. That is going to be known as Fantasy Weapon, and it's a stalker that uses the Titan weapons, and with the animations for staff, it looks kind of cool. Yep. The reason that I'm doing that is so that our staff member, Abiko, he is actually the one that's doing the stream that's in the Discord. My game in the background, I'm just sitting on the window there on Purrgatory so that we can show off the new power set. So it's as intended. I do know it's there. But this is a set that oh God, we worked on a year and a half ago, and 90% of the ideas came from Abiko, so it's one of those things I want to make sure that he gets credit for the design. I tell everybody this is his design. I just did the coding on it. And I only did the coding on it until he learned enough to be able to take over doing the coding on it.
I'm the one that developed the AoE placate.
Yes, you are.
Planetary devastation. CC drives the forward to the ground and cleans up a lot of dust.
Yep.
I'll do that.
He did the coding to be able to, I actually did the coding to put the two of them together. He did the coding for the attributes and the changes that he wanted for the set once he, I shared the files with him, and he was able to continue it on and flesh it out into a full power set that it was going to be a Titan weapon stalker, but it kind of took on its own personality and flavor, so it's one of those, it's becoming its own power set called Fantasy Weapon.
As you see, there's a ton of AoEs.
It does, and that's why I was saying it's not really Titan weapons anymore with all of the AoE. It's cool as hell, but it's not really Titan weapons anymore. So when I proliferate it over, Titan weapon stalkers will be there, but they won't be AoE. They'll be more single target, the way a stalker traditionally, quote unquote, is.
None of it likes the dust.
And his other power sets that he's working on, he actually has a couple of power sets for blasters that are called Alien DNA. They're not fleshed out. They're in the works. They're there, and they need to be toned down, fleshed out, revamped still. So it's still at the, I wouldn't even call it alpha stage yet for the power set. It's still a concept and working on that. Hopefully really soon we'll have those for blasters. And basically what it does is it proliferates some of the Chaldean Peacebringer and Warshade powers over to blasters, giving them alien DNA. Because we all know Earth girls are easy. Is it really?
Yeah, I was going to anything promoted with aliens making
You realize that the next tattoo I threatened to get is one that's kanji down my back that says Earth girls are easy. Maybe I don't need to put that Earth girls are easy. Maybe I just need it to say Purr's easy. Okay, so, yeah. So I'm going to drop your stream out of there again,
Okay.
so I can get back to showing off some of the stuff that is there.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't even begun to see bullets. Hold on, let's bring this up.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna drop my screen.
Oh, you didn't need to. I remember I have it up on a window, so.
Pick and choose. I didn't want to confuse people, so I was gonna drop my.
Oh no, they don't pick and choose. They see what I'm showing them.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Per girls are easy. Yeah, that's it. Yep, per girls are easy. So just real quick bullets. Not sure. We've got some ultimate choice stuff, some little shiny things. This is a mastermind. Yes, as you'll be able to see. You can have all of the pets. Oh good, Iakai is not there anymore to like eat me. Or is he? Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, I still see his pumpkins over there. Yeah, there he is. That's another thing I've done is I've opened up the banner event as well as zombie invasions in Atlas Park, Mercy Island. Is it Nova Pretoria that you start in? As well as Callisti Wharf. So those are all things that were added in. But here we go. Beasts and demons. Mercenaries. Zombies. Ninjas.
That's a lot of pets.
Uh-huh. Thugs. And you can't forget robots. But the best part of it is I recoded the buff buttons so that trained beasts, doesn't matter if it's a zombie or not, it still buffs them with their correct buffs for the pet. So zombies will always get whatever they're supposed to get. It won't give them wolf powers. As you can see, I've also got the upgrade equipment, which is for the soldiers, so that will actually upgrade, and it upgrades them all at once. So that way you don't have to choose with the ultimate choice. If you want to go with all the pets, you can buff all your pets. It requires 2 buttons only, so it doesn't matter if you take it from from the beasts, if you take it from soldiers, if you take it from demons. It's going to give them the correct buffs for that. Yes, per the Minion Lord. And that's just the tier ones. I haven't even gotten around to adding on to this one, training it up to high enough to actually have, you know, all the tier 2s and the tier 3s, which is entirely possible to do. And you wind up with like no attacks. But on the other hand, you are running around with about 60 pets. So do you really need attacks at that point? Yeah, really, if those things are doing their job, you shouldn't be doing anything except sitting back and going, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the shaman as well. And then it's a pet.
And I think this is one that was talked about in your chat one night, Bullets, was illusion dominators don't build domination. At least that's what I've heard from the homecoming boards. Yeah, I'd heard that. So I'd like to show y'all what an illusion dom does. So we'll go one further, and I'm going to move all my dark powers over off to the side. We're not even going to touch those. Yeah. And as you can see, it does in fact build domination. Yeah, I'm not sure what they were saying either, because as you can see, it builds domination. Hey, I mean, granted, I will say 100% to be able to add dominators in, new dominators in, it took me 4 days to break down, of searching to break down the actual mechanics of domination to make sure that they built the domination. And booyah! Hey, I don't say... I can't say that. They just don't know where they're looking. That's not stupid, that's uninformed.
I'm gonna say stupid because they're asking for donations. They're supposed to have wallet with Thank you. I was about to mention that. I was gonna say they have a roster of like 40 people that they said they have working with. Yeah. As long as the money kept rolling in, what would it get? 6,000 a month. What was the donation? I think about 6,000 every month.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, and that's, I think that went to the server.
Actually, it does, because they're hosted through Azure, and I checked out the prices when I was contemplating how I was going to get this hosted and up, and that's why I just went with the option of, I love you all, but I am not spending that kind of money to be able to host this game. It can wait until I get an apartment and a router and everything like that. In the meantime, to be able to get enough, I was looking at probably about $1,400 a month, and that was with the minimum storage, data transfer, and everything like that. So literally their top tier package, though, one of their top tier packages is right around that $5,000 mark a month. So they really are not kidding that that's what they're paying so that they can have the bandwidth and everything like that. But because it's going through a virtual server, it does create some instabilities and connection issues. But as you can see, I'm not even touching the Dark Assault powers that I've got. And domination is, I don't have a build. I've just got random stuff thrown in there. Just whatever had happened to auto slot so that I could showcase the powers and the actual. Yeah, why don't you get right on that for me, Pookie?
Oh my god, doesn't the secondary also no combination?
Nope, it has to be a control power, so very few of them do. But they are definitely, once they get domination rolling, they are pretty deadly. Poor Bullis, he's like, I want to go play an illusion troller. But yeah, this is illusion dominator. We also have a couple of other dominators and controllers that were added. Let me pop over to those. No. So let's see. There we go. We have a water controller. These are just generics.
You have a blood column working?
All right, Bullets. I don't know if I'm still going to be here in an hour. I think in an hour I'm going to be working with my team over here, and we're going to be doing some stuff to get them up and closer to working on their own designs. So there's my lovely, creature from the depths, water golem. Mm-hmm.
I think it looks cool.
Granted, water is still apparently with 24 had some of the original powers that are fire and things like that, but that's why we've been working to find. I've got a animation that's going to replace this, as well as an animation that's going to replace the which one is it? Yeah, turbulent aura. They still got, as you can see, burning feet underneath it. It's actually going to be more white, more like steamy mist, but not as dense. Water control. We have water control, and we also have psionic control. I brought water control over from issue 24. It's standard on a issue 24 server. It was never implemented because it wasn't finished on Homecoming. So it's there in Homecoming's deaths. They just don't have it activated. So I've gone and continued on with it. I've recreated the water golem to be something more watery, not just a Jack Frost. I'm going to finish off the few powers that are showing up with the standard animation that they were going to use to set in there until they designed one. So I'm just going to continue it on. Trying to think. Scrapper's got some loving. They got energy melee, super strength for primaries, and they got stone armor. Oh, that's what I should show. Everybody's gonna love stone armor here. Oh, wind. Yes, I have wind control here as well. I'm working on making a range set, so wind blast and things like that, to go with water blast, just to kind of round them out. I'm a legend in my own mind. There we go. So let's see. Oh, Sentinels got loving. They got what do you mean wind powers? You want to see what a wind controller looks like? No, I've got my chat going. Oh no, bullets. Hold on. Now, the vortex hasn't been animated there either, even though it is active, but let's just... You are not pregnant. But here we go with the wind control. Yeah, I know you said you're looking, and you're not looking. I've got too much stuff to show off. Again, you can choose anything over here when you're creating a character. It doesn't matter what tier it is. You can choose it at level 1. So we're going to grab the pet. Oh, we'll get to it. So let's see. Oh, come on, we got to go with Storm. Unfortunately, the secondary still defaults to to whatever the first power is, so you're stuck with it. Yes. That's updraft. There's downdraft. Breathless. Wind shear.
Tornado.
Thundergust. Microburst. Keening winds. Vacuum. And again, the vortex is still a Jack Frost that's empty. It's a standard animation that NCSoft used. It's eventually going to be an actual tornado. Yep, so that at least shows you a little bit of what is there. Here we go. Momentum was removed from Titan weapons. Instant heal is a toggle again for not just scrappers, but it's now a toggle for brutes.
They're going to show us the stone brute jumping around.
Yep. And where is that? Is that this? That is, nope, that's super reflexes. Shoot. There we go. I knew I had one here. Well, when I'm testing, it doesn't really matter what the character looks like. I just throw it in whatever it defaults to. So, this is a stone armor scrapper. So they now have stone armor. But what's really cool about stone armor here is to hell with having to need fricking teleportation to get around.
Good though. No. And this is usually added with a different development.
Nope, it doesn't have a, see? No. Yeah, it's not a color tintable one, see? Stone Skin also doesn't. Well, they never made a colorable version of it. That's a skin I'd have to do. Oh, psionic control, they get a psionic nexus. I can go out and show that real quick.
So is the scrapper stone and a tank stone, does one just as bad, or is it just the scrappers are faster?
Oh no, it's all, the movement restrictions also been removed from tanks and brutes. Yeah. Again, I don't like the thought. Yes, it's just like, it's actually a clone of Penelope Ian's powers, as it's all set up. It was honestly all set up in the depths to be a controller. So literally all you had to do was port it over and open up being able to put on enhancements and reassign the pet to a new pet. And I haven't decided, but I'm honestly thinking that it might actually summon 2 pets. No, 3 is going to be shadow control. And while some things may still have standard animations and things like that, it's a work in progress as they get created for what they intend to be and not just a placeholder. It'll be updated. And eventually when I have everything up and running, I'll actually have, with everything that I have set up here, I was telling everybody, I have a server tower down by my feet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors in front of me, a tablet that I can monitor on, as well as my phone set up. So there is absolutely a ton of things going on in front of me when I'm sitting here doing all this. So eventually we'll have a test server on one laptop, my design server, basically where I do my work, a test server where we can test things out before we push them to the live server tower. So things will be more stable and less temporary animations as things get set up and running. Hell no, that's why I'm in an extended stay motel. They're footing the power bill. And actually, no, I desperately want to get into an apartment because it's great staying at an extended stay motel. I get to see all the people go out via ambulance when they go nuts. I mean, like, seriously, every day. There has not been a day that I haven't been here, and I've been here a little over a month. There isn't a day go by that I haven't seen somebody go out by ambulance, and sometimes it's not just one ambulance. I see them go out 2, 3 a day. There have been mornings I've woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning and to hear the guy that's having a bad trip down the hall running through and screaming in the halls until the police take him out of here. You know, trying to come in from work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and again, another tweaker is going off, and I've got to fight the ambulance to get in so that I can go home. So if I have a GoFundMe, it's not for my power bill. It'll be, GoFundMe will be to pay my rent and get me into an apartment. Micro wanted to make that joke in my chat. And really, I don't need a GoFundMe. I just need more people to watch my OnlyFans. Of everything I've said tonight. You have an OnlyFans? Really? No, but I should. I mean, with all the video equipment I have here, I'm pretty sure I could make some pretty interesting videos. I believe it's the standard color for it. Yeah, there is no recoloring of it. Oh, let's take it out to play. Granted, I was going to say, granted, it's going to be playing with level 1s, but... No, every time I do that, I wind up dead on the ground for you, and we're not doing that tonight. Meow. Meow. And then you have I don't know, I'm getting paranoid because where I was out of work for several weeks and not as active as I was, yeah, my butt's padded. But I was actually getting down to that point of too thin. I never wanted to be down as small as I was. What did I miss? Oh, hey, there's a banner. I'm gonna die. Well, I'm not used to this, though. Oh, wait, I might actually have it set as testing for things, so I might not die. Everybody just makes me pull out Infernal. Oh, no, I don't have I set self to that. Shit. No. I wasn't doing good.
Pull out anti-mana, the wrong one.
I see the damage. It's really OP. That is actually one of the things that my chat was just talking about. Makes them wish there was a permanent mobile storm cloud. That is one that I had forgotten to write down on the list because storm control is going to be a thing. Yeah, I know. But no, this is like really cool. And Abiko is actually, he's actually going to be using some of these files to update mids for us. So we'll actually have a mids to be able to use a hero builder for. That's going to be specifically for Purgatory. Oh, my pet died. You've never watched my Hell Knight on New Dawn. Oh, I'm stunned. Oops. Oh, I'm better now. Oh, I'm stunned. And at least, you know, the banner event you can see is running in Alice Park where it normally doesn't run, so... Oh, it's going to come as soon as this goes down. So in 10 minutes when the banner goes down, there'll be a zombie invasion in Alice Park. I'm telling you. And there I turned my hit points back on. So you can actually get a more accurate. Do I even have any of my secondaries? No, of course not. I gotta say, the psionic nexus is pretty squishy. That's why I'm thinking of increasing it to 2. But no matter which way you do it, psionic control, honestly, it plays more like a dominator with debuffs. And I know that sounds stupid, but with its melee attacks and the fact that it doesn't have a lot of control enhancing effects, it really plays more like a dominator. And like, I'm going to be going on to Oro Dev at some point in time here. There's people that have shared some other power sets for use on servers, and I'm going to bring the Synergist over here, what is it, Mythical Blast, and a few others. So yeah, as you can see, it's definitely, it's fun. It is. But I love controllers, so... Thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. What's going on? No, no snow, no snow. Yuck. It's like 70 degrees here today. No snow. Oh, damn. No, I literally spent the day in basically a handkerchief tube top and a pair of capri shorts. And I bet you look even better in it than I do. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would look terrible.
Oh, and I don't know if anybody caught the little energy font that came up. The controller powers do go off on this because the sets are enabled correctly. And I just want to point out for something to just point out the stability, where I'm concentrating more on power sets and quality of life changes rather than let me break the game with these shiny new ATs. There will be new ATs because there's just going to be some times that it doesn't fall under another one. But by concentrating more on power sets, it's a lot more stable. Granted, I haven't been going in and out of doors to show that the door monster doesn't, like, kill you every time. But I'm pretty sure it's stayed pretty stable. It's stayed lag-free. There haven't been any crashes from using commands and things like that. That's also known as my shit works. Thank you. This is a psionic controller.
I was gonna say, yeah, controller. I like controller. Ionic.
I also have a psionic dominator. You've missed out. I was going to say you've missed out. I've been streaming now for 3 hours showcasing everything, showing people that momentum has been removed from Titan weapons. Oh, you know what I didn't show was no momentum on Titan weapons. It's been removed. You are in permanent, for the animations, you're in permanent fast mode. However, the damage is still normal.
Okay, that's good.
Let's.
Balance.
Thank you.
Good balance, I think.
Yes. You can move faster, you can get around faster, you look like you're doing cooler stuff, but you're not doing the extra damage and things like that. Granted, if you hit build up, right. Let me see. Do I have...
Build up.
What's that one? Nope. Oh, I do have one. I made a scrapper just for this. So one of the other things that I've done is I removed the end crash from the tier 9 powers. Scrappers, brutes. It's been removed on scrappers, brutes, tankers, sentinels, and stalkers. So as you can see, I got my toggles up. This is a lewd, which normally at the end of the couple of minutes you'll have a toggle crash. So to be able to showcase the fact that that end crash is gone, there we go. I hit a lewd. Now we sit here and wait until the toggles drop, or a lewd drops and no toggles drop.
nothing dropping.
That would be because, right, because elude, remember, lasts 3 minutes, 180 seconds. So we got about a 3-minute wait to be able to showcase that the end crash is gone. It's also gone from rage because, in my opinion, going all, rage and everything like that is, that crash at the end was the equivalent of watching Superman go through and bash it and to have somebody stand there waving kryptonite.
Yeah, just throw it in his face.
Right, so it's like you've got a power that literally makes it so that you're getting hit with kryptonite every time you use it at the end. And that's a little unbalanced. Is it unbalanced that it doesn't have the crash? Not really. It'll be a little overpowered in the lower levels, but end game ultimately it's not going to affect it.
Normally towards the end game, it doesn't really much. Depending on what you do.
Right, because you've got enough.
Now, like low level, that actually will help. That's quite a bit.
Exactly, and that's what I'm looking at. Everybody wants to skip through levels because they hate the way the powers work at low levels. That's why I've increased the number of slots that people get. I've also gone and removed a lot of detrimental effects to bring back the super to superheroes.
There you go.
I know I keep stopping here and going on a lot because I'm really not used to self-promoting myself, I guess would be the best way to put it.
I think you're doing a good job.
I actually, yesterday I was really stumbling and could barely make it the hour trying to figure out what the hell I was going to talk about and showcase. Today I've been here 3 hours just going over this for people. I actually get a really awesome raid going through my Twitch channel. At one point in time I had almost 20 viewers from a raid, and so yeah, people started watching and taking a look at it, seeing the stuff that we're doing here. Or as St. John likes to point out, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
That in a somewhere, being evicted.
Well, I want it to be, I so much want it to be a team. And as you can see, the toggles didn't drop, my endurance didn't drop, and elude's gone.
Yeah, I know. I was watching.
Yep. So end drop, the end crash is gone, the global crash. That'll make it, because to me it doesn't make any sense. If you are in such dire circumstances that you need to hit your tier 9 to survive it,
Right.
literally, you're dead. I mean, that's a delay tactic. That's a delay tactic.
Like you gotta hit it, and then you gotta run like hell. Hopefully, team can play in that dire straits. And then you can end up ultimately getting stomped on while they get away.
Right. So get rid of the end crash. I mean, you don't feel super at that end crash. You feel, So we got rid of it. The Sentinels changes, those now build opportunity the opportunity actually does damage and healing. But yeah, there's just been a lot of things that I've gotten implemented, little quality of life things that you can't really show a picture of. So that's why I'm trying to do these streams and kind of let people see what we're doing.
There's a lot going on.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Well, I said
Yep.
I don't see Sim yet. No loot, like no more end crashing on a loot. That's
No, any of the tier 9s. It doesn't matter what they are. I got rid of the end crash, the global crash on all of them. Half of them didn't have a global crash, but
fingers.
haven't worked on those yet.
Those are gonna be fun.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait till you work on them. That'll be great.
That's actually, I was going to say, that's actually what Abiko's working on, is his alien DNA. Okay, and I will be right back, folks. I'm, again, headed to the little developer's room. Oh, I'm sorry. I came back just in time to hear that there is no discussion. The discussion has already been had, and Persa is not happening.
I did not hear that.
No transforms. It's in the whiteboard state.
But working on the Chaldean. So, like, end game, what? A life that magic people without magic them?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that tier 9. That,
Yes.
That look on my damn ball. Yeah, that
That's
look,
what I keep saying.
that was- that looks stupid. You're
I
right.
know. Like,
Oh, did I get mobbed by zombies while I was AFK? Oh. Oh. No, my chat was saying gets mobbed by zombies while AFK, and I was wondering if I got mobbed by zombies while I was AFK. I didn't realize it because I was standing in front of,
I didn't do it.
because I'm standing in front of the damn police drones.
I didn't notice any zombies coming out the ground. But I think you're all right, Cannon. Those drones got you.
If you want to get raped by a zombie, you know, I could do it.
Come on, get into the mindset for learning, because we're going to be doing that here shortly. That means I'm going to have to end my stream soon, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, I've done pretty good. I got in a nice long stream tonight.
Great, you put your breaks, I think. Even just the discussions alone about the ability as they are, or as you're working on them, like a lot of them have like a great flow.
I want people to be able to see that I'm not just sitting here going dur, 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 and yeah, I can do this, but I can't really show anybody because you can't log on. So this is the second best. It's going to keep people looking. It's going to keep people seeing what's going on, and hopefully keep people excited to play once it gets, engage them.
Exactly. Like I really like the fact that the end drop from the raid that
Yeah.
or not having that as a idea, and the loop. Like I was watching that when you had that power going. I was watching for all your targets.
Oh, and I actually just finished this. So when the stalkers go in next, there's actually going to be 3 power sets, range power sets, that are getting a across the board 15%. Basically a 15% increase. They're going to do a lot. They're going to do more damage along the lines of the other ranged, and that's archery, assault rifle, and dual pistols, because those 3 kind of underperform. So let's give them a boost to damage so that they perform a little better.
Yeah, I would like the double pistol guys, but I mean, build them that way, but it takes a lot.
Too many power sets in this game were intended to be run with specific secondaries, or particular secondary meant to be run with certain primaries, back and forth. And they designed too many of the powers around those combinations. So some of these quality of life make it so that people will want to play those sets again. I don't think any of them should be flavor of the month. Why? Because that means something else, a lot of something else is they're underperforming. If you have people just coming in and playing one for a couple of weeks and then going away, that's right. That's why we're not boosting anyone. We're not boosting people. That's not happening. Like I said, we'll give them, if it's something that they absolutely, they have no money, they're broke, they're struggling, obviously give them something to help them out. That's, something I want you guys as staff doing. But, don't hand them $2 billion. There's nobody that needs $2 billion handed to them. And I think I'm going to. I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm also going to tell you guys you can't give more than a 5 million boost. If you're handing out influence, it is not to be more than 5 million. And yeah, I won't be nice. Yeah, I know you can buy a whole bunch of hookers and blow there, Big John, but we're not buying hookers and blow with the influence. Though your favorite person is, I was going to say, your favorite person is there in Atlas Park to continue touching.
Oh yeah, look at her.
Right now, she's still got enhancement vending tickets because that's what originally, when she was put in, that I used for the basis, but she's going to be changed over. She's going to have her own store, her own list, and all of the things that will be there are going to be purchasable for influence rather than given away for free.
But it's so it's easier.
Yep. This one may actually wind up getting changed to a different model because of where I have actual Lucifer standing in Callisti Wharf. That's where the task force is going to be out of, so at least temporarily till I finish revamping Praetoria. So that's going to be one of my focuses after I get the power sets done, is unlinking Praetoria from the character creator. You won't be able to make a going rogue character anymore on this server in preparation for me, and you also won't be able to get to any of those zones via the teleporter anymore. The portal will not work. Because, as I said, I want to go and revamp Praetoria. The missions that are going to be there, they're going to be upped in level so that they are, you know, more end-game content.
Right.
In preparation for also working on those extra 3 incarnate powers and getting those back in. So it's going to be kind of a really big revamp that's going to go on, because as much as I can, you know, go and stick stuff there in Callisti Wharf, it's actually a better idea to use Praetoria. So no, my server will not be purchased to win. My server will be giving options, so you have access to merits, you have access to influence. It gives you a person that, you know, if you don't want to have to go over to the machine and purchase the merits with your influence or all of that other stuff, you've got another way to do it. Just use your influence and purchase it from the vendor. So we have ticket vendors, we have merit vendors, we have all sorts of other things. Why not an influence vendor other than the P2W vendor? And I'm not sure if you were here earlier when I was talking about it. But one of the things that we're doing is we're capping the market here on Purrgatory. So basically, there's going to be a cap for how much it'll sell for, and I'm going to make sure of this because I'm going to flood the damn market with that item at a certain price. I'm also going to do that for enhancements. Those aren't going to be placed on the auction house, but they will be available through the influence vendor, so that there's no reason to list a recipe for 400 million just because I was able to farm this and get it.
I'll put in a bush chat for a little bit.
Okay. But it's more to give an additional option for having stuff out there. By having the vendor that has them for purchase, it doesn't allow people to put and rape the market with stuff. That's another reason why I increased all the salvage, the recipes, and everything that you can hold.
That this market's flooded. Everything.
Yep, and as player base goes up, I can purge the market from anything that's fake and relist it as a higher price, basically. Yep, and that goes for the vendor as well. If their market price goes up for the cap, then the enhancement vendor is going to get a change as well, and those prices will reflect that. That way, if it's not available on the market, you can still go to the vendor and purchase it. You don't have to wait for somebody to farm it enough to get it and, rape the market with it. It also...
There, wait, find one, forever. Someone sells it.
Exactly. It's like, I know you're trying to build and pay for your ultimate build, but, promote, don't rape. There we go. Don't, Yeah. Not everybody can devote all day to playing. Not everybody, can sit there and farm. It's got to have a balance. And right now, the economy on Homecoming requires farmers. I'm not discouraging farmers in the least bit, because I know people that love getting those drops, and that's the excitement part about farming. But we're going to have other options to be able to enhance. I'm taking away the minus influence that's with the XP boosters that the P2W vendor sells. That way you're not completely broke when you manage to get to 50 by double XP. Are you going to be broke? You're probably still going to be broke and not be able to afford, but you'll at least have a couple of million to go out and start playing with.
Right. The normal towards end game, when you're at that, you still, go this event. When it comes down to that point, they're really, really broke, have just enough to get squeezed by to get more there.
Right.
That's why it seems fluid. That's the word I've been trying to find this whole time. Everything they're doing is fluid. It flows.
And that's kind of the design I'm looking for to be able to do, is to make sure everything flows. A flows to B, which, helps out C, which ultimately, gives back to A. It needs to be a big circle rather than a linear thing. And I love my farming friends on Homecoming that take me over there and they farm and they help me out,
I got you covered.
But they know, I was going to say, they know that I'm sitting there in that mission, and I'm sitting there and I've got notepads up and I'm coding.
That's a good time to do it.
Yeah, I get to go in, I get to hang out with my friends on Homecoming occasionally, and then I can just sit there and do the work that I'm trying to get done at the same time. So I get to hang out with people, I get to have fun.
Yeah.
I get to hide behind rocks.
Don't run that way. Oh.
I know.
I was too worried for that. Sometimes someone would get away from me.
Well, Frithlost and I, we used to play together. He's my ex. We actually met when we were playing City of Heroes, and we had a friend from a super group, and he was our tank, and we love half full deck right to death, but he had a character called Captain Faceplant, and Captain Faceplant was his tank. And there would be nights that we would all be playing and running missions, and all of a sudden we're looking and the tank goes running to the next set of mobs and continues going on, and you're sitting there watching as they run down the entire length, and they're sitting at the other end of the mission on an outdoor map running into the war wall. And then
That's always comical, though. That's always comical.
It was great. He had sleep apnea, sadly, and so he'd be sitting there and he'd be playing, and he would literally fall asleep as he ran into the mob and not even have any idea that he just aggroed the next 7 mobs down the side and face planted at the other end.
Whoa, whoops. I think that was a very...
Yes, Captain Face Plant.
I used to have that. That's more, though. I'm good.
I just never sleep. And when I do,
Wondering about that.
see, that's the problem. When I do sleep, I've spent so many years catnapping, I catnap. If I get 7 or 8 hours worth of sleep the way the body is supposed to have, I wake up cranky, I wake up groggy,
Power nap it.
yeah, 2 hours and I'm up, yeah. I catnap.
Not me. I would like... What's
Yes, we are. I'm just getting ready to end my stream. I've been having a lot of fun doing this, so.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. My team is reminding me that I have other plans here coming up in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and hopefully within the next week or so, I'll be back on with another update and another live stream for fun and shits and giggles. There we go. Okay, guys, so have a great one, and I look forward to showing you guys what